Hi, I'm Alexandra Desiato. As we age, it's really important that our feet stay strong and flexible. There are a lot of ways that our yoga practice already helps this, but here are 3 little things that you can add on to your yoga practice to make sure that your feet are getting mobility and building strength. The first thing that you can add on, simply lifting and lowering your heels while in mountain pose. So find a nice mountain pose, feel your belly pull in, draw your shoulders away from your ears. On an inhale, lift your heels. On an exhale, lower your heels. Maybe do something like 10 to 20 of these. If you find that when you lift into them, you kind of fall out and lose your balance, no problem. Just step back to your mountain pose. Inhale to lift, exhale to lower. As you lift and lower, notice where your weight rolls. It might roll out to your pinky toe, to the pinky toe sides of your feet. Your weight might roll in to the big toe sides of your feet. And just notice and see if you've got a tendency to go one way or the other. And if so, maybe try to shift your weight a little bit more in the middle. Now 10 or 20 of these. If you want to get fancy, you can inhale and lift your arms up so you get a little arm stretch. Exhale, lower your arms down. That's the first thing that you can add on to start to build strength and flexibility in your feet. The second thing is to explore mobility of your toes. So in a mountain pose position, inhale and lift all of your toes off of the mat. As you exhale, try to get your pinky toes back to the earth, back to the mat, your ring finger toes, middle toes, index toes, big toes. It's humbling. It's really humbling. Let's try it again. Lift all your toes off of the mat, try your pinky toes, ring toes, middle toes, index toes, and big toes. Try that a few more times, and then once you get really good at it, try to reverse it so that you're putting your big toes down, and then your index toes, middle, ring, pinky. I'm pretty bad at that. I have to practice that one a few more times. What you'll find though is if you just add this into your yoga practice so that every time you come into mountain pose, you do that 2 or 3 times, you'll find that in about a month you have a lot more mobility there. The very last thing that you can add into a yoga practice to add mobility and strength to your feet, add a balance pose that allows you to do some pointing and flexing with your toes. So this is like a variation on tree. Sometimes we call this crane pose. Shift your weight to one foot, send the other foot forward, little soft bend in the knee here. Your focus is on balancing, so your hands can be at your heart or your hips. You could even do this with a hand on the wall. Your lifted foot is the foot we're really looking at here. So in balance, point your toes, and then flex your whole foot. You can inhale to point, exhale to flex, or you can just keep a nice breath coming and going. So point and flex somewhere between 5 and 10 times. When that starts feeling easy, let's make it more challenging. So the next time that you point your toes, keep your toes pointed, keep your whole foot in that pointed position, but then peel your toes back and spread them. If you can't see this, I'll turn to the side, then maybe that view will help. So coming from a pointed foot to this pointed foot with the toes peeled back. And then move into your whole flex here, so keep your toes peeled back for a moment, and then squeeze your toes forward like you're crunching up a piece of paper. And do that a few times. So point, peel your toes back and spread them wide. Flex, and then crunch your toes like you're picking up a piece of paper. Try that somewhere between 5 to 10 times. Once you move through that several times, getting curious about how it feels, you can roll your ankle a little bit one way or the other, and just generally kind of shake out your foot, and then try it on the other foot. Those 3 things added to your yoga practice every time you come to your mat will help keep your feet strong and flexible.